News Radio 1000 KTOK. It's The Drive with Jason Doyle. And, you know, I'm generally a positive person, but there are a few times when it's okay to be negative. So I've got from the Oklahoma Blood Institute, Tara Scott joins us because you guys are doing something very interesting. It's the O negative drive, but you guys are doing it for a very special reason.
Yes. We have air ambulances in our state, and actually currently right now, all of the air ambulances are not stocked with the O-neg blood that they need. So we need more people who are the O-negative blood type to come in and give blood so we can get all those air ambulances stocked. So we have the best care possible for Oklahomans when they're in critical care and critical injuries and traumas and they need blood transfusion.
So we hear this all the time. When there's that trauma, the minutes count.
That's right.
And so if that blood is on board, I mean, and I would expect it needs refrigeration and all the other stuff that goes with it. So this has got to be a pretty intense project to happen.
Yeah, it is. O-neg is the universal blood type. So only 9% of the population actually has the O-negative blood type, but anyone in a critical situation that needs a blood transfusion can receive it. So like you said, they have to treat it very carefully, and they store it on those air ambulances in little like refrigerated ice boxes. And that way, if they get someone on that air ambulance that needs a blood transfusion, they can give them that O-neg blood type that only 9% of the population has, but anyone can receive it. So that's how they keep that on the air ambulance.
So even if you're not O-negative, the need is there. It's
Right.
constantly would be there because blood is a perishable, and we've got vampires that are probably breaking in the middle of the night and stealing some stuff. So
Oh, yeah. Vampires love us.
Yes.
Yeah. So the O-negative donors are needed, especially when someone is in critical need. But all blood types are needed all the time because once you get that patient to the hospital and they get them stable and all the physicians are doing their magic and what they need to do, then you get that cross-match, that blood typing. And if they're let's say an A-pos, I'm just saying that because I am. So let's say I was receiving O-neg, but then when I get to the hospital, they can change to A-pos and then start using A-pos as those transfusions until they get that patient stable.
does that? I've always had this question, so I hope I'm not putting you on the spot.
Oh,
but-
great.
So say you're getting that O-negative blood and all that. Why would we need to go back to your natural blood type?
Well, sure. Well, because only 9% of the population is O-neg, that we're very careful with those transfusions because, again, I'm just going to use an O-pos or an A-pos. That's about 30% of the population. So that's more readily available than O-negs. And right now, the reason we're trying to bring awareness to O-negs is because we need more O-neg donors, and we want to make sure we have an ample blood supply. And so it's better for the patient to receive their actual blood type, and it's better for the blood supply and managing that blood supply. So if someone's listening right now and they're thinking, well, I've never thought about blood. I just assume it's there when I'm in trouble. Well, you assume right because we have great Oklahomans that give all the time, but we need more people giving. So if you don't know your blood type and you're kind of wondering right now what your blood type might be, go to any Oklahoma Blood Institute donor center, give blood, and we will tell you what your blood type is.
And it's not just that. It's the cool T-shirts and the snacks.
That's right. We've actually got a great shirt right now. I don't know if you've seen it.
I haven't.
But it's a river otter, and it says you otter give blood. Aren't we funny?
That is, hey, you're a pretty punny bunch over there. I like the puns. I
do
was
too.
taught to like the puns. I had a very cool English teacher back in the day. I said, yes, punny guys are the ones that always get the extra milk.
That's right.
So if folks want to find out a little bit more about this drive, or they may be a little intrepid, the rules have kind of changed over the years as far as how you can donate and who can donate and those type of things. If they wanted to find out more information about this, where could they go?
Sure. Please go to obi.org, and we have all sorts of information on that. You can go to our Facebook page. We'd love for people to follow us and like us on our Facebook page. You can just look under the Oklahoma Blood Institute. If you have any questions, you can just put them on there, and we'll answer your questions. We're looking for people who are in, generally speaking, good health and willing to give blood. 16-year-olds can give blood with parents' permission. 17, 18-year-olds can give blood. There's no upper age limit. So if any of your listeners are thinking, I've done my part, they don't want mine anymore, it's too old. It's not too old. So there's no upper age limit.
And I may have to try again.
Good.
I used to give. I got all the way a pint short of a gallon.
What
on my
did you
donation.
quit for?
Because I was told I had to quit because I kept on clogging the needles.
Well, come clog them up. Let's try it again.
Well, I may have to try soon. But
We'll
yeah,
just
they
give
told
you
me.
some French fries, grease you up a little bit. Come on.
See, there you go. Now you're
Then we'll
talking
give
my
you
language.
your free cholesterol results.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can eat all those
I
French
actually
fries
got-
and see what they are.
You know, and I got good news. I have to share the good news. I'm healthier than I thought I was. I had a health screening done.
Yes.
And then my life insurance company called and said, "Hey, guess what? You're
Do you
healthier."
pass?
Not only did I pass, they lowered my premiums because I was healthier than what they thought.
Are you scared of your wife now?
No, I'm never scared of my wife.
Oh, good.
I'm one of those knuckle dragging dudes that just kind of, yeah, I'm not.
She's got
I'm
good life insurance on you, though.
She does. She is, the thing is, though, I am great company. So if she ever.
I love that.
If she ever knocked me off, she'd be bored. She might be a millionaire, but she'll be bored.
Well, I appreciate you talking to us today about this because I really want people who are listening to come in and try to give blood and help us out and get those O negative units on those air ambulances because the best possible situation is when you have someone who actually needs to take a ride in those. It's not just to see the city, right?
Right, exactly.
So they need the best possible care, and the best possible care is O-neg blood on that ambulance.
And I just want to reiterate this number that was provided to me. 2,250 air ambulance flights each year are trauma flights where blood might be needed. So
Right.
it's important.
It is important. And, we have all sorts of patients that tell their stories to us. We have a young man out of Sulphur who was hunting with his buddy, and his buddy shot him. And he had to take a ride in the air ambulance to Oklahoma City, and he received blood in transit. And he wouldn't be here today without that blood in that air ambulance. It's really serious. I mean, you have to have people who are willing to give so people have a chance at surviving.
Well, Tara Scott, Oklahoma Blood Institute, thank you so much for dropping by today.
Thank
Tell
you.
us about the drive. Good luck. And one of these days, I don't know, I'm going to try to recreate something I did in radio a long time ago and maybe give a blood donation on the air or something like
let's
that.
do it.
We might be able to try to figure that out.
I'm not going to let you get out of it.
All right, that sounds like a
Okay.
deal. Tara Scott, thanks a lot. Oklahoma Blood Institute. If you got O-neg blood, well, if you got blood, go donate.
That's right.
This is The Drive. I'm Jason Doyle, and you're listening to News Radio 1000, KTOK.